are 2,000 atmospheres for our first game. And the first player here at the bottom left, we have the blue Terran player playing for Alpha X. Give it up for Vindicta.
And up here on the top right side, 1,000 atmospheres, playing for Storm Gaming. You know her, you love her. It is Nina. Yeah, I just feel like Nina's been one of those players that's been around with us for so long. You know, we're all quite familiar with her play, seeing her pop up. I see her every day on YouTube popping up. So, you know, has done for the last few years. And so I think I'm favoring Nina just based off her experience. But, you know, you might prove me wrong on that one. Or we might be proved in this game as well. But
yeah, speaking of Nina, I mean, similar to Vindicta, she streams a lot as well, and a lot of her games absolutely goes crazy. Like she, for some reason, has like some of the craziest games, so like, the most insane games, the most the strangest games, and it's always so fun to watch. And you know, I do want to compliment Nina because she has really made herself one of the top pro players in the NA scene. Because back in the day, I remember there was a time where like the top four would mainly be Neeb, Scarlet, maybe Australia, and I think Future. I think those were like your solid four. But I think Nina has really made her stamp and kind of solidify herself as one of the top four players in NA these days. And it's kind of due to all her hard work and play and practice. And you know, it's really great to see when someone can kind of get to the next level.
yeah, too right. Yeah, quite a lot of players getting a lot better these days as well. And you got M Canning as well, away from the NA scene, which is you know, slowly but surely becoming an absolute presence as well. Let's see what's happening then. We've got the Adept coming out, Stalker as well, Reaper coming out to the main, having a little snoop around.
Oh, just barely getting that. Doesn't get that.
I saw the animation. It's just the arm comes up with the Adept. You're like, oh. Oh dear. I think it's just going to be Widowmines, right? Oh, no. All right, take it back. It's going to be a Elliot. Amazing.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a, it might be a Hellion drop actually, which wouldn't be a bad idea because there's actually like a little dark area that Nina has yet to kind of get vision of. That might catch Nina off guard.
I don't think the vision of the... Oh, wait, I skipped. I think that might be on the cards now with the Hellion being shown. There's not another Hellion on the way, so there's only one. And then we're going to see a Tech Lab.
Oh.
That's really interesting.
All right, I think this might actually be for like Raven. Mix in with some tank and may go for like a timing of some sort. As I say that, yeah, throws down a second racks to get some additional production going on.
Tank to Raven kind of deal. And that's kind of something you can do. I don't know if that's more of a TBT build, but that very flexible build with it. Yeah, nice one. As well.
Alright, Nina does get his her third base here at the 12 o'clock position instead of the triangular one, which means that this rock is going to come into play because, of course, tanks can kind of siege up behind that and kind of make it much difficult for those charge lot to get the surface area on top of those tanks. So I would love to see. I don't really see a lot of Protoss do this these days, but actually immediately go and kill the rock before the Terran army arrives. I think that would make it so much easier to kind of fight head on against the Terran army that has a lot of tank in it.
Yeah, I've just been watching the production of Vindicta for a little bit now because I saw the tank started up, then got cancelled, then the tech got rebuilt at another location. Now going into bio. I just find it really interesting where the game plan's going here because we are going to see the bio. We're going to see more orders on the way. But I'm just looking for those extra units. Like instead of the Raven and the tank, I want to see whether it's just going to be pure bio of these 3/5 Raxes, and yeah, whether it's going to be more. It is going to be more tanks. Very vanilla bio style right now. I like.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of a hard push, especially, you know, there's a good indication with that 4th and 5th racks. If you see the Terran player go for the 4th and 5th racks before the dirt CC, yeah, that's a good indication that, yeah, this is going to be a timing attack of some sort. And it's going to hit hard. It's going to line up with the stem, the combat shield, and the +1.
Yeah, this is very potent. I mean, what's the response? I mean, there's already a Colossus out, Extended Thermal Lance on the way, you have the upgrade coming out, but, you know, there aren't that many units out yet, except for a couple of Stalkers just prowling around, so, yeah, not feeling great about Nina's position right now, but, you know, there's enough time for this to turn back around. Vindicta's medevac's hiding on the left side of the map.
Yeah, I was getting a little afraid because this medevacs was actually flying at the same kind of place where Nina's stalkers were kind of chasing the Marines, so I was getting a little bit afraid, but yeah, it looks like Vindicta does a great job hiding it for the time being.
I mean, it's really hard to move out medevacs at this stage. Yeah, going to push across with these 3 tanks as well. A massive amount of bio in the middle of the map and the medevacs moving out. This is going to be a massive push, and you know, I think there is enough here potentially for Nino if you got the shield battery on the back as well. Actually going to move to a 3rd base though, so maybe not. Hard to call. What do you think, Snoopy?
Looks like, yeah, going to the 3rd base. I don't know. The thermal lance is about to finish the +1. Okay, yeah, I think Nina should be able to hold this actually.
Looking a lot better as time goes on. The 2nd Colossus out as well.
Now there is the Raven with the interference matrix. Now that could come into play actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I like this turret here. Even getting a engineering bay to block out some of these charge lot. Unfortunately for him, the charge lot actually looking to go for a sandwich instead.
Yeah, that would be pretty hectic around the other side, but that's quite the distance to make it round at the moment. But there's enough units here for Nina. Looking into being in a really good position. You know, the 3rd's just coming up now.
Oh, that is a lot of charge bot there. 22 on the field.
Yeah, right. Intervention Matrix. No, not really committed to anything. Oh, the charge let's come in.
Yeah, gonna get on top of the tanks here, so cleans it up with relative ease. However, there are some army here for Vindicta at the main base. Will force the recall, but all in all, I do think Nina has a great defense there, and will be able to save or basically defend that dirt base. Now going to go for the counterattack.
Yeah, and I think this is absolutely the right idea to go for, because +2/+2 hasn't started up here for Vindicta either. The 3rd base has only just come online, so I feel like there might be an opportunity for Vindicta to defend this, but there's only 1 shot left, I think, potentially. The upgrade is just about to finish, but she's going to commit anyway.
Oh no. That was a little bit unfortunate. He actually threw down the anti-armor missile on top of the one charge lot that actually went into the mineral line, and now all his SCVs are kind of covered in Cheeto dust.
The 4th cancel was very good. I'll give Vindicta that. That was a good use of resources. I was just thinking, like, +2 is now finishing, and again, I'm going to say again, +2/+2 hasn't started for Vindicta. I don't know what the game plan is. Probably, obviously, EMPs with the ghosts. Looking very good.
Yep.
It's just come out to be a very typical TVP now into this mid to late game.
Well, I did mention earlier that Vindicta's Ghost play are pretty famous, and I am quite excited because it looks like we're heading toward that direction. If this game goes towards the later stages, I'm fully expecting nukes to be brought online.
Right. I mean, ghosts are insane in TVP though. Like, if you can control ghosts, you're a great TVP player. Like,
I'm loving how like Vindicta is like keeping up on the pressure, keeping the Protoss army on her side of the base, her side of the map, instead of on Vindicta's side. So kind of buying himself some time to kind of mine off with those meals and try to probably get a fourth base, a fourth command center real soon. Okay, looks like he does have that fourth base. I'm gonna go ahead and drop into the 6 o'clock base.
yeah, very good. And I feel like as time goes on, like, Vindicta's going to be in a really good position with 4 base economy. Like, this just be pumping out bio non-stop. You got Liberators, you got Ghosts, you got all the tech you need. On the other side, we do see Disruptors as well. We got the Archons, but you know, I can't really see a whole lot else at the moment. We do have obviously quite a lot of splash damage that's going to help, but it looks like Vindicta's thinking about moving out. Both players are maxed. I think someone's going to pull the trigger eventually.
Yeah, I think we might actually have ourselves a big, huge fight in the middle of. Oh! These disruptors! Oh, trying to chase it.
Wow, you need 3 Novas. Wow, look at that! Massive blankets, BMPs going on there. He's just trying to engage in stuff with it. It's actually quite a good job considering her whole army was just blanketed in EMPs. You know, a lot of these Archons are going to go down, and yeah, a lot of the key units are killed there, but Nina's just resupplying off of that as well, so it's no big deal. But I don't know, all these Archons going down, and the clusters going as well. Sorry. Cost Vindicta, let's be honest. There's no upgrades to catch up with at the moment, and +3 is just finished up for Nina.
Yeah, I feel like these battles keeps kind of favoring towards Nina instead, and Vindicta trying to find openings, but Nina's defense, man, she's just like on top of it.
Yeah, I think that with the economy and the upgrade lead, I think she can take even fights and still be well ahead of this. Like the Terran just has to trade efficiently, and at the moment we're seeing like a 13 worker lead. Not that makes much difference when you got mules, but I mean 5 bases, near on 6. I think she's trying to set up a base at the top left, but haven't quite got it going yet. Yeah, looking a little bit more bleak for Vindicta as time goes along. I mean, +2 is about to finish up, I guess.
Yeah, but look at the map vision of Nina. I mean, she's got everything covered pretty much. And so all these harasses that Nina is trying to go for, or no, sorry, Vindicta's trying to go for, is not going to be able to kind of escape the vision of Nina. And now Nina's going to go ahead and try to break this 4th base. And actually, before then, kill the rocks to kind of open up the pathway here a little bit more.
Took out so many ghosts. It doesn't matter if traded their lives for the EMPs, but you know that's a lot. It turns out 2 Novas do kill a tank. I was wrong. One of them must have missed earlier.
Oh, Nina actually going through this little choke area. That was a little ballsy.
It was a bit. Those Liberators just set up in the choke point as well.
Yeah, that's quite dangerous. Don't want to go up through that little choke area there. Looks like Nina's going to go ahead and swing around here. Can she break this base?
Yeah, maybe. These liberators are doing an excellent job so far, right? But Nina's playing it quite patient, just trying to find the right angle.
Yeah, it looks like Nina doing a smart job making sure not to overextend. I feel like maybe she might have possibly almost break it, but I don't think she had enough stalkers to kill all these liberators. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just retreat back home, build up some air tech with those stargates, and
nuke.
Oh, there we have it, the nuke. Oh no.
Love it. You were right. I can't believe there are 9 disruptors right now as well. That's insane. Here you go, Nina. Now just looking for an angle. Gonna go up that middle choke point again. And a nuke goes off on the top left side of the map as well. It actually might connect this time. Pushing onto that third base as well. It's all kicking up.
Alright, we got a little bit ourselves a little bit of a base trade as both players are cleaning up some of these bases here.
Yeah, a couple of buildings are going to get down, but 25 workers for each at the moment. The army of Ninja now just trying to find a angle, but there's so many liberators and Terran bio up in this natural. I don't think the nuke actually went off either. I don't know, man. Nina's looking really good right now. She could just retool some up and clean up a lot of this back at home.
And Nina's got the recall ability, and she got the bigger bank, so she can afford, to lose some of these bases. But Vindicta, on the other hand, I mean, his economy wasn't like the greatest to start off and to begin with. And oh man, these Colossus getting a lot of splash damage on these units, bringing
what
them.
Hey man. Yeah, that's really cool. But I mean, Nina just had so much, like the bank that you were saying. I mean, I've got a lot of liberators, but that's going to help you right now. Like, they're quite slow to re-siege. You can just go and do a lot of damage here. So Vindicta's having to keep moving all of these liberators over the area to respond to her army being in different places. Cool.
Okay, I think Vindicta's saving grace right now is in those liberators, because right now, even though Nina has a lot of stalkers, it's still a bit questionable whether it will be enough to clean up all those liberators. And you can see that fleet beacon is being thrown down by Nina. She desperately needs some either Tempest or carriers to help face up against all these liberators.
Yeah, and I guess all she needs to do is just keep Vindicta on 4 bases, because, as time goes along, I mean, at the moment, there's only a gas advantage for Nina, not much on the mineral side, but, keeping the opponent on less bases whilst you get out your next tech unit, it's definitely the way to close out this game, so Nina playing it quite well so far.
Yeah, for sure. Really patient. Not jumping the gun and just kind of making sure she doesn't get too over aggressive here.
You can just see that Nina really wants to dive in on those liberators. Just trying to find it.
Yeah.
Time to actually get to that. Yeah, but there's no rush. You've got Tempest on the way. It's absolutely fine.
Alright, looks like Nina's gonna split up some of her army here. Oh, actually,
No. Not the move.
Oh wow! Actually, that is a big pick off there by Vindicta. That does bring up the supply a lot more closer.
Oh, Vindicta's now just pushing out. Absolute death push right here. There's not much at home. A lot of the suppliers and the Stalkers on the left side of the map and the High Templar on the top side of the map. So there's nothing here to defend these Vindicta's push, except for maybe a couple of Templar, which are going to fall. Another base trade situation here.
Yeah,
Wow.
however, Nina's army there, because all her disruptors got picked off, all that's left off are Stalkers. So really, Stalkers not the greatest in the base trade scenario, because MMM from Vindicta should be able to kind of clean that up relatively easily. Wow, on the other side of the map, Vindicta still has all those liberators. However, Tempests aren't out in the field.
This has gone a little bit crazy here. We got a High Templar and Stalkers out in the middle of the map trying to actually get a bit of damage done. Supply's still looking quite good for Nina, but I don't know. Not as strong as it looked just now. Okay, that's the game. Nina takes it.
Yeah, I think Nina was just too way ahead from earlier on. I mean, Vindicta did a nice job trying to possibly turn it around, but you know, with the bank, with the economy, Nina was just too far ahead.
It was one of those, like at the end there, where someone surrendered and it could have been anyone in my mind. Like that, I would not be surprised if it was either of them surrendering for some reason. I was just there like, oh no. Like Vindicta was still in the main base, like shredding with liberators and stuff like that. Really thought Vindicta did an excellent job at pushing into the main base there, but
Yeah.
oh, what a game.
All right. Let's see here. All right, I am going to go ahead and okay, let's see here. All right, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and take just a little bit of a break, because it seems like the mic issue is still coming up here. So we're going to go ahead and try to tackle that. And when we come back, we will begin the game number 2 on Romanticide between Nina and Vindicta. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, guys. Let me go ahead and just like quickly fix that there. Get you into the frame. But yeah, guys, we are here for the second game between Nina and Vindicta, and hopefully this time around we have all the audio issues fixed. But anyhow, fingers crossed.
All fun, right? All fun.
Yep. We will be going to romanticize, so a little bit of a large map here. Kind of almost similar to 2000 Atmospheres in terms of like the wideness and a lot of bases around to take.
Yeah, romanticize, massive macro map. This is a. If you thought the last game was a long one, this one could be even longer. You never know.
You know, that was a great setup for That's What She Said kind of insert. But I digress. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and start the game as soon as both players are ready. Looks like Vindicta is ready, just waiting for Nina. But yeah, that last game was quite dominant, I would say, or at least solidly dominant by Nina in terms of Vindicta wasn't really able to kind of make any dent in Nina's army or economy throughout that whole game.
Yeah.
Nina's had like all these observers and all these pylons, these spotter pylons as well, just making sure she has the vision for all these harassment by Vindicta, and was able to pretty much shut down the majority of them. It did get a little bit tricky at times with a little bit of a base trade here and there, but all in all, the economy was just too far ahead for Nina that Vindicta couldn't really do too much about it.
It was insane having 2 base trades in that game, and basically they traded relatively evenly on the economy. It's just, so much to cast. So much to look at.
Yeah, for sure.
Loved it.
All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Actually, let me go ahead and update the score. All right, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and jump into Romanticide, guys. Hope you guys are excited as we are. Spawning at the top left, we got our blue Terran player representing Alpha X and looking to tie up the series. Can he do it? It is Vindicta. Woo!
And down here on the bottom right side of Romanticide, now on match point, coming out with some really serious macro play, getting the upgrade, getting the economy up and going. Can she do it again? It is like Sidestorm Gaming, Nina.
All right, so let's see. Oh, sorry, a little bit of car noise in the background. Anyhow, yeah, we're gonna see ourselves. I think probably gonna be the same game because I feel like both of these players aren't really kind of cheesy type of players. I feel like they kind of tend to play it normal and standard.
Well, yeah, I completely agree. I mean, if you have Romanticide going through the pick ban phase, then you'd expect both players to kind of go for a bit more of a longer game. So yeah, completely with you on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we go. I'm just having a look around at all the different things that could happen. I mean, you do have the natural now coming up for Nina, which is signifies a little bit more of the economy song, which is always good. I think we're gonna have a little bit of a slow period in this game. Actually, until like 4 minutes or so.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow period. I mean, usually when games doesn't start off crazy or cheesy, there's a little bit of a build-up. As we wait up for this build-up, I just want to go ahead and just talk about Vindicta because Vindicta has been part of Alpha X for quite some time, and so I have been able to kind of follow his story. And right now, I actually, impressively enough, Vindicta is actually going to college right now. At the same time, he's trying to, of course, make it as a professional player in the StarCraft 2 scene. And it is quite hard to both do that, to both do schooling and play StarCraft at a high level. And I gotta say, I am pretty impressed by how Vindicta has been performing. I mean, I remember, I think it was like yesterday or a couple of days ago, he beat Neeb 2-0 in this group. And beating Neeb 2-0 as kind of a semi-pro player, because right now he's of course playing. He doesn't play like completely full time. He plays part time because of going to college and school. I gotta say that is quite impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, any gamer that has to do something on the side, absolutely. Like, opponents probably have the leisure of actually going full time with it as well, like full time. Sometimes 10 to 12 hours practice a day.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Just get 2 kills. Get a scout. High value Reaper.
Does get out with 1. But all in all, let's see here. 3 pros for 1 Reaper. I think Vindicta will take it.
Yeah, why not, eh?
Oh. Alright, looks like we're kind of going a little bit of a deviation here compared to the previous game. This time around, going to be a Widowmine opening. A 2 Widowmine opening. And Nina going for the Blink opening on her side.
And then the tank and the Ravens follow this up as well, so... Yeah, really cool. Quite a standard opener, I think. I mean, it's going to be able to know this one's coming, like get the Stalkers in percent. No, there's already like 7 Stalkers, you're fine. Probably not going to take much damage from this Widowmine drop.
The question is, will she react in time? That is the question. Oh, actually the Stalkers are moving out. Oh no,
wow.
this might be a bad time to move out.
Yeah, I agree. It has not pulled the trigger on it yet, though.
I think he will once he saw the Stalkers move out with the Marine. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Okay. That's really well handled by Nina there. It's recalling, getting the kills. Like, only 2 probes going on. I don't think you could get any better than that.
Yeah, that was actually pretty well defended. I mean, the reaction time, they're recalled immediately once she saw the medevac there at the edge of the cliff. It wasn't like it wasn't like she had like observer there, like in pervy mode, and was able to scout it ahead of time. But it's just purely off of reaction time.
Yeah, it's really impressive when people do that. Just responding to a timing or something like that. So it's coming around at exactly the right second, and there it was. I find it interesting though, because Vindicta holding back for a few more seconds just puts the Protoss into a bit more of a false sense of security, Just they might move their army out. You never know.
Yeah.
So where are we then? Charge being researched as well. Lots on the way.
We're gonna have a little bit of a kind of a sneaky Raven here. We'll go ahead and place that auto turret. However, all the units are across the map, so I mean, don't really need to attend to it much though. Just gotta pull it off for a couple of seconds. Back at it.
It's going to be a very similar push, isn't it? You got the 3 siege tanks here. You got the bio, which is now just finished up with the upgrades, and we actually have liberators on the way as well. So, yeah, I think it's going to be very similar to last game.
Yeah, a little bit of a similar deja vu push. Although there is no, he did get the 3rd CC before the additional racks, so I think that's like the only difference. It's not.
I like very this position. Yeah. Yeah, Romanticide are really good taking out for this speed. Pick off one there. Hirocha's going to go out to save a few of them, but you know, there's nothing really being pressured here by Vindicta at the moment. So Nina's just still got a lot of space to deal with this, and 3 Colossi are now out. So I think she's in good position to move out if she wanted to. Might be able to catch this army out, but it is moving.
Looks like Vindicta will go ahead and fully retreat. But does Nina push forward? I mean, she does have 3 Colossus, so maybe she wants to wait for the Warp Prism before attacking.
Yeah, last game, I was about to say, last game we saw the 4th base, you know, being faced down a lot earlier, but I mean, it has just come out now, so, you know, be able to tell out a little bit more, but Nina's actually a little bit behind in a few things this game, compared to last game, but, you know, the upgrade's still being started up here for Nina. Got EMP on the way for Vindicta. It's honestly, literally the same game. I like Vindicta's position though. That quick third CC is really helping him out. You can just see it in all the metrics, right?
And once again, Vindicta going for those ghosts and the EMP upgrade as well, or not the EMP upgrade, the extra energy upgrade on the ghosts. So the question is, will he go for the nuke once again? I mean, last game didn't quite work out. Every time Vindicta tried to go for a nuke, you know, it was killed off before the nuke can actually get it off the nuke. And so maybe this time around, a little bit of a different story. We'll see, of course, but
what's a land? Yeah, I've actually casted a nuke that's landed before. You know, it always gets my hopes up. There we go, pushing into the 4th base location. Actually, quite a lot of terror in here. Really, there's a lot of process as well. I just kind of like the position. High ground with the tank. There's a lot of space actually. It's trying to get that bit done. Oh, shooting dust everywhere.
yeah, I'm really loving how Vindicta is attacking at 3 places at once. And oh, that army of Nina has got to be careful. There's an anti-armor missile on top of that Colossus ball, so makes it much more easier and vulnerable. And Vindicta gonna go ahead and commence that slow push.
It's a really good position for Vindicta here. I just feel like having this area denial is very good, and also getting up your 4th behind it. Like, this is so good for Vindicta. He's up and running his players. It's being quite safe at the moment. So yeah, trying to get into the natural, but there is a little bit of army here in against this. I know Dan can be deals out there. Work out my shackles now, sending out disruptor shots.
Alright, let's see if Vindicta can push forward once more. Gonna go ahead and bait the Colossus ball in. Still a lot of Archons and Colossus in the backside, and actually, yeah, looks like with the 2-2 upgrade, Nina is gonna be able to thwart this army off rather easily.
Yeah, she really picked a moment there, didn't she? Really held back there. Just waited for the right moment to come. It shredded the army that was sitting there. But, you know, Vindicta's still got loads going for him right now. +2/+2 is actually going to finish up very shortly. So, you know, and with that 4th base up and running and now extra production coming down, I feel like Vindicta's in an absolutely fine spot right now. And it looks like Nina wants to press this issue a little bit harder. I think now is the time to do it.
Alright, here we go. These tanks are quite clumped up, so these disruptor balls are actually going to connect with all of them at the front line. However, Vindicta does have some army here at the top side. We'll go ahead and once again dive into this this fourth base here. Gets 9 pros, which is not too shabby. And now Vindicta actually with the worker lead, which is pretty sweet, but of course that army supply still quite in favor.
Scary. But Archon's Colossi slowly powerful. But the piece coming out and the missile. Actually, the full name got Cheeto does. Coming out there as well. Penetration. It's this base.
Alright, Vindicta trying to set up, I think, a little bit of a sandwich here. Does got the army, some army at the bottom side, at the top side, even in the right side. And here we go. Oh no, a little bit mistimed there, but I think he should be able to catch up. There we go. Huge, huge surround. However, is it enough? The Colossus, the last Colossus does fall down.
I think it might be sneaky. I think Vindicta's doing it a little bit. Oh, it's hard to call, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that was beautiful though, I gotta say.
That was so cool. Yeah, those splits coming back as well, avoiding those disruptors. I feel like Vindicta's been in great control of this game so far. But 5th base up and running now for Nina as well, so we're going to be a little bit more eco on her side. What an even game so far.
Yeah, definitely a much better even game for sure. We do see, like, compared to the last game, like Nina's vision is like completely the opposite of last game. Doesn't have any observers out there, don't have any spotter pylons or even spotter zealots, and so she's kind of like reacting on the fly, and that kind of gives Vindicta the advantage because he's the one that is like harassing with these groups of Marines and Marauders. He's the one sending these Liberators to harass and siege up on these bases.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the vision's looking really good. Map pressure is definitely Vindicta's side at the moment, but this is a scary army, and it has been all day. Like, watching Nina's army, just, I don't know how Terrans deal with like 9 disruptors, because that is just so oppressive. We don't see nearly as many Liberators this time round, though.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to up the Liberator count, especially against all of these disruptors, because those are that's probably one of the better units to defend against disruptor. Oh, EMP on all these disruptors, and focus fires all on all of them. What incredible micro by Vindicta, and now he is gonna give chase. Nina is gonna have to retreat back at home. Oh man, what an absolutely great micro play there by Vindicta.
Yeah, and every Colossus matters. Every key unit really matters at this stage. Like, I'm just looking at Nina's army and where it is at the moment. It's covering quite a lot of positions. You got High Templar on both of the bottom bases, and the main army at the moment is just really Charge Lots and Stalkers. Like, there's not much else here with it. I'm kind of favoring Vindicta's position here, but you know, it is still even. The map is becoming more divided. But Vindicta wants to push out. Deny that base once again. Very well played.
Now this is a great timing if Vindicta wants to go in for the kill, or at least seriously hurt Nina, because Nina right now is actually trying to get some air tech going, and so Vindicta right now has that kind of window to kind of attack Nina while she is low in terms of Void Rays or carriers.
Yeah, I completely agree. The downside of this is that there are not that many medevacs at the moment. Though we do see 11 probes going down somewhere on the map. I guess that was a drop from the right side. Keeping up a little bit of pressure on the back line, also very good.
Yeah, I think it must have been like a Liberator or Siege Up or something. I don't know.
Easy. There you go, just shredded.
Oh, Vindicta, gotta pay attention. Don't want to be losing your army to a disruptor hit.
One mistake and you'll beat all your army. You got to be real careful. And as the disruptor count increases again, I'm now favoring Nina's position to just down a little bit more. I think once you get more high-tech units, that's the better position for Protoss, right? Look at this. It's maybe to push up here. There's a flank on the other side, though. EMPs go down and there's no retreat.
Oh my god, once again, Vindicta going for the sandwich. And working out beautifully. However, all these important units in these disruptors does survive, which is quite sad here for Vindicta. Can he kind of clear it up? It looks like with the reinforcement, Nina will be able to buffer for those disruptors.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really hard to call right now. I feel like just a little bit of miscontrol there by Nina. But to be fair, the economy's looking really good. And there's not enough medevacs to keep this bio up and running for the long term. So she's going to push out again. And a lot of this bio is really low at the moment. And they're just zoning with the disruptors.
Alright, looks like Vindicta has decided, oh actually, as I said, I was like, he's kind of slowing down on the ghost production, but it looks like I'm gonna go ahead and start picking that up. In the meantime, there is a group of an army here at the left side as well as the right side. So Vindicta kind of spreading Nina's army, kind of forcing her to choose where to position her army. And oh my goodness, look at all these static defenses.
I just feel like Vindicta needs to do something big soon, because this is just a lot of scary Protoss, to be honest. Like the base is just numerous. We've still got Vindicta on, well, 5 bases, but you know, the first one's not mining. Yeah, 3 bases aren't mining at all. So as time goes on and the bank increases for Nina, I think she might do it. Look at this. I don't know. I keep saying I favor one or the other. It's so close.
Yeah, it's such a back and forth game, and I think Vindicta does come out on top during that end of the battle, as all the Colossus, all the disruptors as well. There's only 2 left. Nice split as well by Vindicta. He is pushing forward. However, with all these cannons and these High Templars, that might be able to hold this off, but there's still a lot of Liberators.
Oh, let's clear this up, because that would be huge. A lot of this bio is really low, and there's still so much still. There's no bank here, really, for Vindicta at the moment, so it's all just like at the bottom of his pocket, just scraping out as much money as he can to find some more units right now. I mean, he is ahead with the army supply, but I do think as time goes along, this bank is going to get spent by Nina. She's going to pull ahead once again, but I can't call it.
Yeah, it just seems kind of like the pattern here, where Nina does have like a big economy to kind of help her withstand some of these huge battle losses. Because again, those flanks and those sandwiches by Vindicta were so beautiful to watch, and you know, it's not the easiest to execute, and so to see him pull it off. But then of course, once it goes back into Nina's side of the map, all the reinforcements does kind of come into play, and then Nina kind of stabilizes. And Vindicta right now, once again, I think I do like his position. He does have a chance, but it's really going to come down to execution down the line.
Yeah, there's not that many more attempts that Vindicta can make. The more army that falls now, a step closer to defeat, I think. But, you know, the mining's picking up a little bit more nicely now that base has been taken on the left side and the top side. So Vindicta's longevity has increased greatly in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, for sure. He just needs to clear out this bottom side, retake it for himself, And I think, yeah, the map will be split, pretty much.
We're 23 minutes in. We got a completely divided map now. Amazing.
Alright, looks like an attempt here at the top side. Alright, I think as we get into like the 24-minute mark, I think this is a time where both of these players really gotta kind of sheer up on their army. Making sure not to kind of waste their minerals and resources on units that is not gonna kind of last well into the later stages. So you see Nina's like army is like made up of mostly Blinkstalkers and Disruptors. A couple of gateway units. I think it's time to transition out of this to more of a tier 3 unit.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? Now we're on 25 minutes, and it's just still, yeah, Stalker Disruptor, and you know, it can work, but one of the sub specials, Liberators would do a bit more relevant. Oh, look at this flank.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Vindicta has been doing all the flanking this game, but looks like Nina wants some of the flanking action.
Here we go. It's engaged. Actually, quite a lot of these units, and also on the front as well, disrupts that zoning a lot frontal army there for Vindicta. And, you know, quite a lot of that army has now been taken out. She's just going to push up. Okay, get back up before this Liberator siege down on you. That's probably the smart move.
All these Liberators going to siege up here. Oh, some of them actually a little bit Miss Micro doesn't quite siege up and kind of flies forward. Gets picked off by these Stalkers.
Yeah. But there's not that much army left for Vindicta. I keep saying that, but he always ends up finding another army somehow, some way. But yeah, look, there's not that much right here because there's so much rally to be made for this Terran army right now. It may get produced in the main base. The supply may say 100 and whatever, but you know, there's still a path for them.
Yeah, I think the main factor here is that that bank of Nina still remains while Vindicta is still quite poor.
Yeah. Oh, another flank trying to be made. Easy, absolutely.
Oh my goodness, is Vindicta doing this? Oh man.
This might be good.
Oh my god, this is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it is. You've got DTs and Stalkers on the top side, taking out 20 workers plus. And, you know, that's a good, nice left hook there for me. There's a little bit of value onto it. I mean, every bit of mining helps, right? Especially Vindicta, right?
Yeah. And luckily for Vindicta, has plenty of command centers, so going to be able to retake that relatively quickly. But still, he really needs to start mining a bit more, as his economy is still ways behind Nina's.
I mean, Nina can resupply quite easily here. She's not taking the best engagements right now, and how can you with most of your army Stalkers? But no, she's able to just put up the charges to push in again. I still can't call it, but now we're 30 minutes into this game, and this is so could just go anywhere, you know? Oh. Man. I feel like Vindicta could have closed this game out a little while ago. But just hasn't found a way to do it yet. Always finding an angle. And Nina's just holding on. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, this is has probably been the game of today thus far. And it's still not over. It still can go either way. I still feel like anyone's game. And here we go. We might have potentially the last engagement as His Bio Army stims forward. This shield battery actually doing a lot to help delay or sustain this defense. However, it will go ahead and run out. One last storm here. Looks like Nina's gonna blink forward, but oh, actually, nice split there by Vindicta. However, I think his army does get dwindled enough.
Yeah, I mean, the army's been taken out there, but the resupply and the bank is now favoring Vindicta. He could just produce Marines and probably actually go ahead with this, because I don't think there's that much resupply there for people like that. Oh, what is going on? Like, I just can't. Honestly, I'm giving up trying to decide who's winning this game. I just need to see who's going to win the game now. I can't guess anymore.
Oh my goodness.
It's too much.
Yeah, it feels like it's really coming down to the micro here between these two players. However, there's only so much that Stalkers and Disruptors can do at a certain point. And I feel like if Vindicta just micros this decently enough, he should be able to clear this up. But I don't know. He's kind of just pulling back for now.
Just looking at the units lost tab, we've had 30 Disruptors go down. Just so much of these. Like, I wonder how many libs have gone down as well. But there's no more libs for Vindicta right now. It's actually, dwindling even more. These Disruptors are trading very well with Vindicta's army.
There's absolute chaos across the map. So much action going on.
Even a fire on the top right side as well, doing quite a lot of damage, trying to stop that mining. The thing is with Disruptors and having too many of them, you can't kill buildings, right? You can't push planetaries with just Disruptors. I don't think you can anyway, but it's difficult anyway.
Yeah.
Nina is winning the engagements like in pieces around the map at the moment, and every little win matters, right?
Yeah, and the problem for Nina is that she just she did recall to the top right side, so right now Vindicta is attacking like in the bottom side and the top side, so Nina really need to kind of position her army so that she can kind of defend her bases, and she's not quite able to, as she does loses the top side base. And Vindicta slowly but surely kind of pulling ahead little by little.
Yeah. As time goes on, Vindicta's now pulling ahead. You're absolutely right. Look at the minerals that increase here. It's like 2,500 over 1,000. And again, gas just like nearly twice the amount. So as time goes on, this is going to be an easy army resupply for Vindicta. And a lot of this army's we've got like 12 Disruptors out at the moment. So it's nearly entirely Disruptors with Stalkers and support right now for Nina. So Vindicta's looking very good right now, but I don't know. It only takes one misstep to lose this.
Yeah, this game has been so crazy that it feels like almost anything can happen still. But it looks like Vindicta going for the production of buildings here. As looks like Nina trying to go for the kind of the more fresh base here at the bottom side.
Yeah, it's a good pick-off for Nina there. I mean, see, dent in the economy there because you actually got to see Nina pull ahead. But look at the main base of Nina now, right up to the production. Vindicta's going to get in there, trying to send up some pellets to protect that. But base rules are not that as well. Massive engagement. Probably inside the series. Well, I don't know yet. Maybe not the series of Vindicta.
Alright, so now currently we have only two Disruptor out in the field. I think that's quite manageable for Vindicta actually. If he can kind of muster enough army. And then, actually does get the rest of the Disruptors. There we go. And looks like all that's left are Blink Stalkers. And I feel like that has been kind of the Achilles heel for Nina, is that she's been sticking with mainly Blink Stalkers and Disruptor throughout this whole game and really didn't transition out to anything else. And I think that might have cost her the game here. Vindicta doing some great micro wing during those engagements as well. I think that really helped as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we do have Storm here as well. For here. There's really not that much on the right side right now. They're just trying to throw what they got left at each other, trying to find the right engagement to make. I don't know. This again, we've been saying it a lot. This quick guy. I can't believe we're watching, to be honest. This is I've never seen StarCraft like this. This is just I've watched a lot, but I don't think I can remember the last time a TVP's gone this far.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding. I was like, Nina has some of the craziest games for some reason.
Yeah, absolutely right. The amount of times these bases on the periphery have changed places. You know? It's like a testing point, and that's what I love about StarCraft. Those bases are there for these situations. Yeah. I mean, they're both doing a really good job at denying each other's bases on either side right now. So it's a little bit of a hit both ways, I guess. I mean, they're both mined out.
Yeah, pretty much. Now it's just, I mean, there's no bank for either of these players. I guess the army supply does favor Vindicta a little bit, but that can kind of change rather quickly, especially with one storm or one disruptor hit.
I do agree. I do think there's a little bit more trading potential here for the Terran with the EMPs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think because Nina's army is just gateway units, I think this probably scales better for Vindicta as the game goes on.
2 disruptors here as well, so not that much micro to be put into this to avoid 2 Novas, so... Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah, the production tab is just dry, man. Like, that's... just looking at it, it's like 3 Marines, 1 Nexus. Oh, I can't actually believe it. This is the engagement. Oh, the next engagement will decide it. And I've been saying that all the game, but it's gotta be soon.
Yeah, I feel maybe it's just gonna come down to a game of attrition, mining out, well, like which player mines out the most and can last the longest here in terms of resources.
There's a lot of cannons on the map as well, which kind of makes a big difference when you're trying to push with such small army.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's kill Nina right now. It's gonna be really hard. I mean, again, planetaries, but I feel like Terrans, the Protoss can push the planetaries to easier, I guess. But
Oh, looks like Vindicta's army is a little bit out of position, so Nina's attack here gonna do a little bit of damage.
I love how a Dark Templar is now just coming up as well. Just add that one into the mix. Maybe that would do it. Oh, what is... more or less speechless at this stage. Like, neither player wants to commit, and I don't blame them.
Alright, looks like Nina gonna go ahead and go for the jugular, but Vindicta does snipe out that disruptor. Will cancel the disruptor ball. Can Vindicta clean the rest? It looks like Blinkstalker is all that is left, and he should be able to press on forward. The rest of the Vindicta's reinforcement is gonna go ahead and combine up as well as they are moving across the map.
Oh my god, the storm! No way. No way. We need to do it. You need to do it. Just push it in, but there's a lot of army here with Vindicta coming up to attack.
Oh no.
As well. No. I think Vindicta's got this. Yeah, come on.
Pros are being pulled, and that is always a sad sight if you're the Protoss. However, there is a DT in here which actually pushes Vindicta. It looks like Vindicta has used up all his energy for those meals, which I don't blame him for, but he needs to save one, at least one, for some scan and some vision on that DT.
I know production is happening, but real talk, these probes can win the game. You know, right now. So after going down, that's actually pretty big. Yeah, Vindicta's doing so well in progress. And that's it. Or not.
Or not.
Or not. This is Groundhog Day. Stuck in an infinite loop of TVP.
I think, yeah, I think Vindicta should have it. There's still the DT, but there's really nothing left to save this Nexus, and that is pretty much almost the last remaining base to mine from for Nina, I believe.
Yeah, but again, what I was saying earlier, there's so many cannons here as well, so you know, there's not much you can do about mining or units, but are we in a draw situation? I don't think we are, because you can still mine on the bottom left side of the map.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's not, I don't think it's a draw situation, because Vindicta, he can still mine pretty much if he wanted to, but Nina, she doesn't even have enough for a Nexus. So she's going to have to long distance mine from now on, while Vindicta...
Watching the chat right now as well. Yeah, everyone's just like, finally, is that no? Oh, damn.
This was such a back and forth game. My goodness, it's reaching 40 minutes.
I mean, at this point, I do think Nina's completely out. But I've been saying that for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, what does she have? She has 1 DT, 2 High Templars, and 1 Stalker. Yeah, that's not going to be enough to clear out.
No, it is not going to be enough. But, you know, you made it this far, you may as well make it right to the end, right? He's relying on those cannons, I think, to try and find a bit of it.
This is going to be the hero DT that wins it off on Nina.
Yeah, right. I mean, where are the orbital commands right now? Like, there's 2. And one of them's being floated off, so, you know. Alright, there you go.
Yeah, we have it. A 40-minute game comes down, and Vindicta, with a hard-fought victory, will type the series to push it to a game 3.
Oh god, I'm gonna cry. 450 APM from Vindicta for 40 minutes. 40 minutes. And to be fair, I honestly think Vindicta, for most of that, played better. I was getting a little bit sad that Vindicta wasn't closing out the game a little bit early.
Yeah, much better. I would say much better early game to mid game compared to the previous game, and so yeah, he set himself in I guess a good position, a good enough position to take the game. But yeah, Nina, she's so persistent, and it takes a lot to close out a game against her, and that kind of showed. She just kept hanging around. At times, took the lead as well, and then Vindicta would take back the lead, and just kept going back and forth, and that is what StarCraft is all about. That's like StarCraft at its best.
That was just hard grit right there. That was just like wanting to win at its greatest.
All right, so it all comes down to this last game on Oxide.
This last game. No more, please. All right, here we go.
Spawning at the bottom left, we got our red Protoss playing for the team of Storm Gaming. Give it up for Nina.
Woo. And on the top right side of the map, absolute amazing play from this guy just now. Let's see if he can do it again. Hopefully not as long and drawn out as it was earlier. Maybe a little bit quicker. Let's see. It is playing for Alpha X, Vindicta.
You know, if Vindicta does manage to pull this off, I would say that it's a pretty impressive feat to not only 2-0 Ni, but also 2-1 against Nina, who are, I would say, many would say are the top two players in this Group A. And that would set up Vindicta to be in a kind of a solid position, a decent position to advance to the playoffs. And yeah, I think that would be pretty awesome, actually, because,
So,
oh,
yes.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I just think that Vindicta's probably swinging a little bit above his weight with someone of such stature, I guess. Like, Nina's not an easy opponent. Like, if you can take down Nina, like, come on. You can do a lot, right? Like, definitely do a lot. So we do see the reactor straight away as well. That's really cool. You can see some Marines coming out. Oh, I almost feel like I need to just take a break. Just every so you just can't with StarCraft. You're already into the next game.
Can you imagine these players? Like, you got, as a caster, you get tired from that 40-minute game, but think about these players. These players actually had to play it.
I know, right? 450 ABM for that long. God,
yeah, like how are they feeling right now? I'm wondering. But of course, as a pro gamer, you do have to, of course, make sure you work on your stamina, because these tournaments, they do sometimes last quite a long time. We've seen some ESL Open Cup kind of last for like hours and hours at a time. So, and you kind of see why like some players don't participate in all the ESL Cups in terms of the regions. It's because it sometimes just takes too long.
Sometimes it's sleep,
Yeah.
Ah, Dave. It's really weird going in such a long game and you go back and all you've got is like one base with 16 workers again. It's such a weird like culture shock. And now you go back to like looking at single in depth trying to trade it out. But interestingly, we do see the reacted Marines as well. Got a bit of like follow up as well. So they're taking out that depth.
I wonder if these players wants to probably end it with a quick game, just because of how long the last game was. Because that's kind of tends to be like the pattern, right? Like if there's a huge long game, like the next game is usually short.
Oh yeah, it's true. But I don't know. These players seem to be the macro type. Like I feel like they're like a macro match made in heaven, They're just gonna go with their builds. They don't care. They're just gonna do the regular stuff. And at Oxide as well, like it's kind of short rush distance, but I wouldn't say it's the go-to for cheese. There's no
Well, we do have an interesting opening here coming out of Nina. I'm gonna go for the Colossus. Actually, the Colossus drop, which we don't see every day. I mean, we have seen disruptive drops from time to time, but I would say Colossus drop are a bit more rarer. And these bros are so clumped up. Oh man, I was a little bit afraid.
Only one group gonna go down. What do you reckon? Do you think was that? I want to see if that's scouted. It wasn't scouted by the medevac.
Oh yeah. Has no idea. So, all right, here we go, guys. Colossus drop. We don't really see this every day. Always nice to see it kind of pop out from time to time.
Yeah, where's she gonna go with it? Straight into the natural, I guess. Round the back. I mean, this must be a weird thing for Terran to see it like 5 minutes, right? Look at that.
And oh no, the Raven actually just used an auto turret on the observer, so can't use that interference matrix on that war prism. So it's gonna make it a bit tougher to defend against this.
Yeah, going for the third base as well. This is nowhere near all it. This is literally just harassment tool next by Ted.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
massive.
That was so juicy.
Yeah, that mineral walk did not help Vindicta there at all. 12 workers in total going down to the laser beam. That's exactly what Nina needed, right?
Yeah. Oh man, that's so unfortunate for Vindicta because he thought that the warp prism was gonna fly out, but one actually went back into the middle line.
It's still here, still up and running. It's getting shields whilst it's sitting in the warp prism. Fun fact. Very good value there for just one unit.
I swear to God, like the Colossus should not fit in the warp prism. Like Colossus are so much bigger than the warp prism. How they fit in there?
I think they've got like mass altering technology, right? Because the Thor hangs underneath, but the Colossus teleports, you know. The warp prism's interesting, kind of like it warps it from another planet or something, but I don't know. Or it's also weird. Love it though. Yeah, Nina's in such a good position already. Like, worker lead, 15. Got a third base up and running. She's got the tech because she invested in it so quickly. I don't really see any downside to her right now. Other than maybe upgrades.
Well, with a build like this, it kind of tends to be a bit more fun for the Protons. Just like kind of ferrying a Colossus around, and you got the warp prism speed.
Yeah, I mean, even having warp prism speed is just such a good thing to have, just keeping on a little bit of pressure. But the Cyclone nearly takes it out, actually. It's actually quite well done by Vindicta. Obviously not really giving him much, but I thought the intention was good.
Yeah, Nina's gotta be a bit careful because Cyclones, they do have a lot of range, so gotta make sure you keep you kind of babysit your warp prism around there. But looks like Nina gonna go ahead and transition out of this Colossus tech into High Templars, so gonna add in some additional splash damage, which should help out during the main fight.
Yeah, this is awesome. Like, I feel like Nina's got all the pieces she needs, and it's only 9 minutes in the game. Just could do a little bit more economy going into the late game now, but both players are in very similar situations. And I don't want to count things here at the moment. I just feel like the momentum's in Nina's court right now, and like you obviously see Storm on the way as well. It's felt like there's a lot going on, but you know, Terrans be Terrans. You always get a good trade.
Yeah, I agree. I do like how Nina is playing this out right now. It's kind of almost like textbook PvT here. I mean, of course, the build order is wouldn't be I wouldn't say textbook, but in terms of the mid game,
yeah, completely agree. Oh, here we go. That's going to be a little bit of a big push out here. The sensor tower will pick it up. There's 60%. 5 siege tanks and a lot of bow. Just going to push it to the base location. And I don't know if it's the right person, but I mean, I've really got to on the back line. I don't think it's going to push it quite yet. But, you know, 3 tanks going down. Why a lot of that bio? Bad trade, but I think it was amazing.
I'm not sure if you caught that, but there was a little bit of a mistake there by Nina. Actually dropped down and attacked before the storm was finished. So all those High Templars that were dropped out actually wasn't able to storm, and that allowed Vindicta to just pick off those High Templars. And so, yeah, it looks like Vindicta was able to take out the storm tech, but there's still a lot of Colossus here for Nina. However, I don't think the warp prism. I think the warp prism died or something. Because I don't see the warp prism around. So no reinforcement, or at least no close reinforcements. This is it, and I think that might just be enough though. Nina with a huge push with an awesome Colossus